The hardest thing that an anime fan has to do, in my opinion, is clearing their queue. Now, clearing your queue can and cannot be a problem, as some people try to clear the queue by watching the anime in the queue, then deleting them off of the queue, which some people do, not most. But most people just delete the anime from the queue because they realize, oh, I don't have enough time to watch this anime, but I'm trying to watch this anime, so let me just clear this off of the queue. The only reason I'm saying this is the hardest thing an anime fan has to do is because a lot of anime fans experience hardships during their time as an anime fan, but clearing your queue can be one of the hardest, if not the hardest thing an anime fan has to do. This is because of many things like how much anime you have on your list, how long are the anime on your list, and how long it may take you to complete each of the anime in your queue. What's up guys, it's Xavier Peaks, and today I'm going to be talking about why clearing your queue is the hardest thing an anime fan may have to do in their anime journey. Now, clearing your queue full of anime in a streaming service is the hardest thing for me, or maybe it's the hardest thing for you to do because of how big a queue can be. Now, I tried to clear my VRV queue and I started on March 5th of this year, which is March 5th, 2021, and I had to stop on May 5th, and that was because I felt like I was kind of restricting myself because I was kind of forcing myself to only clear the anime on my queue, which meant I only watched those certain anime. Plus, I also felt that if I never cleared my queue, all of that anime, I guess, would be wasted, because I knew that if I never try to clear my queue, then I would never watch the anime in the queue unless I'm bored or have no anime to watch. I don't know about you, but in my opinion, kind of restricting yourself to watching anime gets boring. So during that span of about 2 months, I believe, I think I took like 3 breaks, and that was mainly because I had other anime I wanted to watch. And I felt like without any of those breaks that I wouldn't get to watch anime that I wanted to watch. And one of the reasons why I took a break was to watch the Monogatari series and Neon Genesis Evangelion and End of Evangelion, because I saw both of those anime on Netflix and Funimation respectively, and they kind of piqued my interest. So I was like, okay, why not take a break? I'm kind of getting bored of watching whatever anime I was watching at the time, because at the time, like I said earlier, I was clearing my queue because VRV only lets you have 100 anime in your queue, which can kind of get annoying because as soon as you add that 100th anime to your queue, they kick the anime that you first added to your queue out and they make room for that one. So you really wouldn't know that that anime was kicked out unless you go to the bottom of your queue and see that it was kicked out. To put this into perspective, I had about 96 anime, I believe, in my VRV queue when 2 months ago I started to clear my queue, and I ended with 82. So I watched about 14 anime in total, and I felt like I could have watched some more if I was just motivated to start clearing my queue. And that's the main problem, and that's why, in my opinion, it is the hardest thing for an anime fan to do, because you kind of don't feel motivated to watch all of these anime at once, back to back to back to back, in order to just clear your queue, to make more space in your queue for anime that you saw and liked and you wanted to add to your queue. The only reason that I started to clear out my queue, and that most people start to clear out their queue, is because I realized that some streaming services only let you hold a specific amount of anime within your queue, which would mean at one point I can't add any more to my queue because my queue is full, and that's kind of annoying to me. Like I said earlier when I was talking about VRV, they only let you hold about 100 anime in your queue, and then they remove the first anime that you added because you can't go over 100. I saw that and I kind of sighed and realized that I would need to trim my queue if I wanted to keep the anime that I wanted to watch inside of my queue. But also keep in mind that at the time I watched anime on Hulu, Netflix, and VRV, but mainly on VRV, which meant that I would have a bunch of anime in my queue because I had a bunch of anime that I wanted to watch at that time. Now, I've added Funimation to my streaming services, which meant that I could clear my VRV queue because some of the anime that I had in my queue were on Funimation, so I just deleted those anime off of my VRV queue. Now, this cleared my queue even more, and now currently in my VRV queue, I think I only have about 70 anime in my queue. But just because I cleared a bunch of anime from my queue doesn't mean that it's easy. Like I said earlier, it's very, very hard because you have to find the motivation and the time in order to watch these anime and delete them off of your list. Or you could just go the easy route and delete them off of your list. But in my opinion, that's kind of stupid, because why did you add it to your queue to then delete it off of your queue without even bothering to watch it? Now, also keep in mind that it's hard because of how you choose to clear your queue, because some people look at their queue and see the space that needs to be freed up, like I said earlier, and just drop the anime, which is the easiest path, but you're basically missing out on anime that you might like or that you liked previously. The way I did it was that I watched the anime that were most recently added to my queue because I thought this would be the most effective and the quickest way to clear my queue so I could add more anime. In my opinion, this was the most easiest and effective way, because the anime that you most recently add to your queue are the anime that you like most recently at the time, which means that if you watch those anime from most recent to oldest, then you shouldn't get bored because the anime that you're watching first are the animes that you like at the time. But this wasn't the case for me because I got bored very easily. Like after 14 anime, I was like, okay, I'm done. The last time I really tried to clear my VRV queue was May 5th, and that was about 20 something days ago because I'm shooting this on the 29th, the day after school ended for the year. So that was about 24, 23 days ago. Now, if I tried this on my Funimation queue, this would be way easier because I would watch the first episode of most of the anime on the queue and drop them in a heartbeat, because most of the anime that I added to my Funimation queue and that are currently in my queue on my Funimation account are anime that I added to it when I was very, very new to anime. Most of the anime that I added to my Funimation queue when I renewed it again were in fact new, and I know that kind of sounds stupid to say, but what I mean by that was that I had 30 anime in my queue before I renewed my Funimation membership, and now currently I have 64 anime. So over half of my queue is new, and in those 30 anime, I would drop maybe 20 to 25 of them because, like I said earlier, I added them to my queue when I was new to anime, and now my taste in anime has changed, so obviously I would unadd some of those anime from my queue. Like I said earlier, it would be easier to clear it even though I have Fairy Tail, One Piece, and Bungo Stray Dogs in there, which are all long anime, and I think Fairy Tail and One Piece would be hard to clear. But other than those anime, I could easily power clear the queue if I wanted to, because I only have 64, about 63 anime in there compared to the 82 currently in my VRV queue. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know any people who would clear their queue. Most fans would not try and clear their queue by watching it. Most of them would either never watch the anime in the queue or just unadd most of the anime that are currently in the queue, because some of y'all are just lazy sometimes, but who would blame you? I'm lazy too. Who isn't? But just because you and me are lazy doesn't mean that clearing your queue is impossible. It's just close to impossible. If you made it to the end of my video, thank you for watching, and do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, do not forget that I am uploading every week, so stay tuned, but I am also going to start uploading more content during the week, and it's most likely going to be some gameplay. It's not going to be anything anime related because I bought 3 new games and I want to showcase them on my channel. So without further ado, that's the end of my video. Also, I forgot to tell y'all, check out my Instagram and Twitch in the description, and that's it. So see y'all in the next video.